Welcome back, guys, to another Friday Gamer Log. As usual, I'll be talking about the games that I've been playing, games that will be coming up for YouTube, and any games that I bought or want to buy. So without further ado, let's get this thing started. As far as games that I've been playing goes, I made quite a bit more progress on Wind Waker. The first thing I did was decide to fully chart out all the map and everything, so I got that finished. While I was doing all that, I came across one of the fairy fountains, and I went inside and visited the fairy, and I got an upgrade for my arrows, I believe is what it was. I never did find a second arrow upgrade though, I just found the first one here. If that's even what I got, I can't quite remember whether I got arrows or money on this one. I'm pretty sure that I got arrows though. Yeah, I got arrows. Once I finished there, I was told that there was a bottle on the submarine here, so I made my way here and, well, got the bottle, so that put me at 3 empty bottles. While I was doing some more charting out and whatnot, I went ahead and visited another fairy, and that one increased my money by quite a bit, let me carry up to like 3,000 rupees or something like that. Quite a lot more than what I needed. Actually, I think it's like 5,000, I'm not sure, but it's a lot more rupees than what I'd ever really need. Whenever I was ready to move on with the story, though, the Zora ghost from the past told me to find her descendant or whatever, and I had no clue where to even begin. The King of Red Lions told me, don't you recognize that instrument that the Zora was holding? And no, not really, but I thought about it as I was sailing around, and I kind of vaguely remembered seeing it on Dragon Roost Island, so I went there and I heard the music and found the sage. From there I made my way to the Earth Temple. I had quite a bit of fun at the Earth Temple. I thought that it was really fun to have a partner with you, and I really enjoyed seeing the command melody get more used, so that was also a lot of fun. Overall, I'd probably say that this was probably my favorite dungeon in the whole game, the Earth Dungeon right here. It was a pretty cool dungeon overall, and the whole having a partner thing wasn't really all that new to me, 'cause I had done that with Phantom Hourglass before, having that one dungeon where you had the Goron as your partner. But I still really enjoy dungeons like that, and I was really glad to see one in this game. I made my way to the boss here. I also got the mirror shield in this dungeon, so that was nice. The little intro to the boss kind of cracked me up. It looked like a whole bunch of Poes were having a party or something. Kind of funny. But I made my way to the boss. Obviously, getting the mirror shield, I pretty much knew what I'd have to do, especially since I did quite a bit of it throughout the dungeon. I knew that I would have to shine light on him. I didn't have any idea what to do after that, though, and it took me a few minutes to figure it out. At first, whenever I made the Poe's body become solid, I tried to slash it, and it did absolutely nothing but bounce off of it. And I didn't discover what I actually had to do until a little later in the fight. I discovered it by accident. I hit A instead of B, and I picked it up and I threw it, and it split into a bunch of smaller Poes. At first I thought that I figured out what to do, and then I kept picking it up and throwing it, and nothing would happen. Turns out that I had unintentionally thrown it into one of these spike pillars the first time that I'd thrown it. So yeah, once I noticed the spike pillars, then I knew exactly what I had to do. And overall, this boss fight was really, really easy. But it was also a really fun battle, and I enjoyed it. It's nice to see the mirror shield get another use in battle. The little ending to this fight kind of cracked me up. The mask tried to run away. But I finished off this dungeon and got another heart container and everything. Once I finished off the Earth Temple, or the Earth Dungeon, or whatever, I sailed around for a little more. I had to go to this island. This place irritated the crap out of me. I'm not even going to lie. I failed at it like twice. Maybe even 3 times. I can't quite remember. I just know I did fail at it a few times, and I was just getting really, really irritated with it. I never failed at anything on the outside of it. but the inside of it is where I started getting really irritated. On a good note, though, I at least got another treasure map right here, so that was really neat. I did get aggravated at one thing outside, though. Whenever I was jumping from platform to platform, I got bombed off of one of them, and that was just irritating, especially having a time limit. But I got a treasure tart, and even more important, I got the iron boots, which was the whole reason why I had to come here in the first place. Because whenever I tried to go to the wind temple, I couldn't get to it because there was a lot of strong winds blowing at me right here. But I came here, put on the boots, made my way inside, and learned the Wind God's Aria. I think that's how you pronounce that name, Aria, something like that. I don't know, I'm not too familiar with the word, and I really don't care how it's pronounced. But whatever the case, I learned that song, and then the guy from the past, the sage from the past, showed up. Told me that he was from the Kokiri tribe or whatever, and right then and there, as soon as he said that, I knew that the next descendant that I'd have to find was going to be in the forest. So I made my way towards the forest after I got done there, and I heard music immediately from the waterfall, so I flew in there and came across one of the little tree dudes. I think it's the same one that I saved earlier in the game from the second dungeon. But yeah, I made my way to him, and he wanted somebody to conduct him, so I used the Wind Waker and conducted it. He awoke as a sage. He remembered that he was one of the sages or whatever. So me and him went to the Wind Temple, which was another temple where he had a partner, which I thought was really cool. I didn't like this partner as much as I did the one that you have in the Earth Temple, but this guy ain't too bad either. Still, though, overall I liked the Earth Temple a little more than the Wind Temple. Neither one was really all that bad, though. Made my way into the dungeon a little bit, and I came across the mini-boss, who was this sorcerer-type enemy, who made a few smaller enemies appear. Well, semi-small, I guess, smaller than he is. A weaker version of the wizard and a little dark nut. I actually wound up destroying the strong form of the sorcerer, the one that actually summoned the enemies. I actually destroyed that one before I finished destroying off all the smaller enemies. By the time I destroyed the actual mini-boss, the only enemy I had left was the Dark Nut, which went out really quickly. Once I finished off that Dark Nut and finished off the whole mini-boss battle and everything, I got the hook shot, which was really nice, and for some reason or another, I really wasn't expecting to get the hook shot at all in this game. Mainly because I had the grappling hook. I figured that replaced the hook shot in this game or something. But I'm not complaining. I like the hook shot, and I'm glad to have it back. Or have it here in this game or whatever. But I made my way a little further into the dungeon, came up to the boss. This boss reminds me of the boss from the Stone Tower Temple from Majora's Mask. And it reminds me of the boss of, I think, the Catfish's Maw in Link's Awakening. The boss that's like a black snake, and it puts holes in the four corners of the room, and you have to pull its head out with the hook shot and slash its heart. That boss. I'm pretty sure that's the boss of the Catfish's Maw, but this boss wasn't too bad. It went out pretty quickly. It did have some annoying moments whenever it would release smaller worms or snakes or whatever. That would be really annoying because I try to target the actual boss and use the hook shot on it, and instead of targeting the boss, I target the smaller worms. And that got really annoying really quickly to me. But overall, the boss really wasn't all that bad. I finished off the boss and finished getting that Master Sword fully powered up. So yeah, that was pretty nice. Once I finished powering up the Master Sword for the last time, I was informed that it was now time to start the Triforce fetching quest, which I had heard that this was one of the most annoying things ever in a Zelda game. But honestly, it didn't annoy me one bit. There were only 2 Triforce charts that were even remotely annoying for me to get. The one on the Private Oasis and then the Ghost Ship one. The Private Oasis one I just kind of fell into. Like, I had no idea where I was going or what I was supposed to be doing for it, but I kind of accidentally fell into it because I was on Windfall Island trying to get the Picto Box. At least I assume that that's where I get it. I never did end up getting it, but while I was there, I helped out the teacher, and she gave me a little paper that said that I was now the owner of the house there. So I went back and found the Triforce chart there. I had been to this island here, this Diamond Island, and I went into the cave here and lit up torches, but I really didn't know what to do from there, so I wound up leaving. Turns out, according to the Tingle Tuner, he told me after I gotten all the other Triforce charts that there's a ghost ship chart here on this island, so I came back and fought my way through everything until I found the ghost ship chart. Even after I found the ghost ship chart, I really had no idea what to do to the ghost ship. I knew how to find the ghost ship, I just never knew what to do to it. I had encountered it several times. I tried bombing it, I tried shooting arrows at it. It wasn't until I accidentally pulled out my sail and ran into it that I just kind of accidentally figured it out. I was just kind of supposed to go into it after I got the chart. But anyway, I went in there, I got my final of the Triforce charts, which, of course, in turn, I wound up getting my final piece of the Triforce of Courage. And I got that put back together and everything. The King of Red Lions told me that it was time to go back to Hyrule Castle. So I made my way back there to the castle and everything. Upon getting to the Tower of Gods, you could see the Triforce of Courage on Link's hand, which is to be expected. I mean, what game isn't that on his hand? Or, you know, what game isn't Courage affiliated with Link? But once that was all said and done, we went down underwater into Hyrule Castle, and I went to check up on Zelda and everything. But whenever I finally did get down there, she just kind of disappeared. I showed up there, Link got all happy, ran towards her, and then she teleported away or got warped away or something. Maybe that was an illusion. Who knows, though. My first instinct after that was to go back to the King of Red Lions, but first I wanted to find out what was across this little bridge here. I actually didn't mean to slash the barrier, but apparently that's what I was supposed to do anyway, so that works out for me. And once the barrier was all down and out, I made my way a little further. I was actually thinking that I'd have to use the hammer or something to break the barrier, but whenever I pressed the B button, Link swung his sword and destroyed it that way, so fine with me. I continued down this path and accidentally and wound up at Ganon's Tower. Or unintentionally wound up there. But hey, I'm not complaining, that's where I was supposed to go apparently. And upon getting here I had to refight the 4 bosses, which was pretty cool. It was all in black and white as I fought them and everything, but once I finished off the final of the 4 bosses, it opened up the path to go deeper into the tower, which I obviously did. And upon getting deeper into the tower, I found a room with some switches. I had to hit the switches in a certain order, and it opened up a portal for the upper world in case I ever had to go back up there for anything. I never did end up using this portal for anything. I love this part. Link screams whenever the King of Red Lions comes in. Anyway, though, I never did end up using that portal, but it was nice to have. I made my way through the little maze in Ganon's Tower. After I fought Phantom Ganon in this room, it made the dungeon treasure appear, which was light arrows. So that was pretty cool. I was expecting to get light arrows at some point or another, so yeah. As soon as this chest appeared, that was my first thought, actually, was light arrows. I thought that it was really cool that you could actually pick up Phantom Ganon's sword and attack stuff with it, even though it's only really useful here to destroy that wall back there. Made my way up the flight of stairs, came across Ganon, and finally started the final battle of the game. At first I really had no clue what I was supposed to do, so I wound up wasting a lot of time just running around, not getting anywhere. Once I discovered that I was supposed to use the boomerang to cut down the wires and shoot this thing's tail, then things got a whole lot easier. I love how it plays the victory music. Yeah, like you're not really going to be expecting another form. I mean, come on. Whatever the case, though, the second phase of this battle was really, really easy. I didn't have a single problem with it. But I may have just gotten lucky on my first try or something, who knows. But overall, I found this form to be the easiest by far. Really, not hardly anything to it. The third form, on the other hand, was really annoying to me because it's all over the place. It's hard to get a good shot in on it. And I'm pretty sure that I ran out of magic and had to find some laying around. Overall, though, I would probably rate the third form of this battle the most annoying. But it didn't take me very long, and the first little part of the battle against Ganon here against these three forms got over. Then Ganon took Zelda up to the roof of the tower, and I followed him up there. And upon getting up there, I met up with Ganon on the roof. And all that, and then the cutscene occurred, where Ganon, like, charged at Link. They kind of fought, I guess. More than anything, Ganon knocked Link to the ground. That big smile right before he punches at Link just looks goofy in my opinion. Just saying, though. Doesn't really bother me, I just think it looks kind of silly. And after he knocks Link to the ground, he tells Link not to worry, he's not going to kill him, he just wants the Triforce of Courage that's in his hand. So he gets that Triforce out of Link and Triforce out of Zelda, and the full big Triforce appears. Upon appearing, Ganon drops Link to the ground and gets ready to make his wish, and then a pretty cool little plot twist occurs, one that I didn't really expect at all. Whenever I see it, it's like, oh, dang. Drops Link to the ground, he goes, gets ready to make his wish. But before his wish can come true or anything, we see another hand on it. It says, he who touches it gets whatever he wants. Then it zooms out more, only to find out that it's the king. That's just awesome. That was a really cool plot twist, I thought. Then he wishes for hope for Link and Zelda, and to give them a better future and all that. Then right after this scene occurred, the battle, the final battle with Ganon started. Ganondorf. It was a tag team battle with Zelda helping me out, shooting light arrows. As the battle went on, Ganon started dodging all the light arrows, so we had to reflect it off my shield to do anything. Yeah, that's really brutal. I feel like this Zelda has probably one of the most brutal endings in the whole Zelda series. Link lodging his sword into Ganon's skull. I kind of really didn't expect that. Then Ganon turns to stone and everything. Pretty, kind of a cool ending, actually. As brutal as it is. But, I really did enjoy Wind Waker now that I finally gotten it beaten and everything. I remember years ago whenever this game first came out, I really thought that it looked stupid. I mean, I picked up the case, turned it around, seen the graphics and everything. I'm like, wow, that is the goofiest looking thing I have ever seen. But of course I've grown up now, and as I got older, from the point that I seen this game for the first time, I really started caring a lot less. And I actually think that cel-shaded graphics are kind of neat. I've felt that way for years now. And I've owned Wind Waker for quite some time. I've just never played through it, and well, now I have. And trust me, I'm really glad that I have. This game was just awesome. I gotta say, of all the 3D Zeldas, this one was my favorite. Of course, I'm saying that now. That opinion will probably change, or it might stay the same. I don't really know. We'll see how it goes, but all I can really say is that this was a very great game. I really enjoyed it. It felt kind of short dungeon-wise, but that's okay because it has a massive overworld. There were a few items that I never did end up getting. I know Pictobox was one of them. I never got the 4th bottle, and then there's another blank space on the same road that has like the Tingle Tuner and all that, and I have no idea what that could possibly be. But I didn't really do a whole lot of side questing or anything. I did do a couple of them here and there, but really as far as side questing is concerned, I wasn't all that interested in it. I was just interested in the main game for my first run. So in future runs I will focus more on the side questing. I felt so bad for Grandma and his little sister. This was a really sad ending. Seeing his family so sad, saying goodbye and everything. Then Tetra's all like, anchors away and all that crap. And then they're like, where are we going? And she's like, wherever the wind's gonna take us. As soon as she said, "As for our destination," I thought before she even said anything that she's going to say, "Wherever the wind takes us," and sure enough, I was right. Oh well, though. Not a big deal. Pretty sad little cutscene there, but like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed Wind Waker. I will definitely be playing it more in the future. It was a great experience. I'm glad that I have that done. That takes me down to 4 more Zeldas that I have not beaten. I haven't beaten Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword, Spirit Tracks, or Four Swords Adventures now. But I will eventually beat all of the Zeldas. And with all that, we now have our run of Wind Waker concluded. Like I said, I really enjoyed that. I look forward to doing more in the future. I did quite a bit of gaming with friends this week as well. The friend that I started the file with Skyward Sword on, I played some Mario Kart Wii with him. We do online play on it, and we don't take it seriously at all. We get online to troll. I mean, I'm dead serious. We have fun trolling people. I know that's bad, but it's fun. One thing I hate about Mario Kart Wii is how easy it is to get items screwed. Like right there, you seen that I got attacked with the blooper. Then just watch. First off was a blooper, now a red shell. Good thing I had the banana to protect me. I'll just get this banana out to protect me. Oh no, lightning. That's okay, I'm way ahead in the lead. Oh, red shell. I'm still in the lead pretty far. Let's keep this up. What's the matter, guys? Is that all y'all got? Come on, y'all wimps. Oh no, a power block. Good thing I tricked out of it. I'm in the lead. I can still do this. I can still get first. Oh, hello, blue shell. Okay, no. Let's do this. Go. Red shell, go away. Come on, are you serious? I mean, seriously, come on. DK, just remember you only got first because I got screwed over. I still love Mario Kart Wii a lot, though, and we had fun playing that. As for Skyward Sword, me and the friend that I have been playing it with made a little more progress. We did the Silent Realm in the Elden Volcano area, and we completed the Fire Sanctuary. And then after that, we fought the Imprisoned for the 2nd time. Then after that, we were told to go back to Skyloft and find the Triforce or something like that here. But we came back to Skyloft and saved and quit. We got the ability to douse for Goddess Cubes, which is pretty neat. That's really about the only thing I've done without him, is I recovered our health. I pretty much wasted a red potion since they're so cheap. I wasted one, then bought another so we could have full health. And then I went around and doused for Goddess Cubes, but I didn't do that for very long. I only did that for long enough to get 1 Goddess Cube, but I'll probably mess around some more with that later on. I'm still undecided on that, but I'm sure that I will go back and get more Goddess Cubes. The one that I did find, the item that it had inside of the treasure chest that it unlocked, was a piece of heart. We still have to get another 2 more before we have a full heart container. After I did that, though, I went back to where we left off in Skyloft. I did some gaming with another friend as well, a different one from the one that I've been playing through Skyward Sword and Mario Kart with. This friend, we hung out at his apartment this weekend in another town and whatnot, and we played through Rockman X1, 2, and 3. You heard me right, Rockman, not Mega Man. Not really much different, though. Another friend of ours tried out some Mega Man X for the first time. She did quite well, actually. She only died twice, and she completed a couple stages on Mega Man X2, so she did really well. That was really cool. I think with more practice, she could do pretty good at Mega Man. We also played through Mega Man X4 and Mega Man X5, not Rockman. Really, the only different stuff with the Rockman stuff that I really noticed was, of course, some Japanese text, and some of the portrait pictures were smaller. Other than that, it's the same game. But, yeah, we played through Mega Man X1 through 5. That was really fun. It was nice to do some Mega Man X. I hadn't done any of that in quite a while. The same friend that I did some Mega Man X with, we also played through Super Metroid. Our final completion time was 2 hours, 11 minutes, which is not bad considering that it had been quite a long time since I had played through Super Metroid, and we kept not really thinking about where we were going, and we'd sometimes go the wrong way a little bit. That, and he prefers the default controls on Super Metroid. I can't hardly play it like that. It's just weird for me to use the X button to shoot, A to jump, and B to run. Whenever I play Super Metroid, I set it up to the Mega Man X controls. I use Y to shoot, B to jump, and A to run. And that's how I've always played it. But it was really fun to go through Super Metroid again as well, because it had been too long since I had done a file in it. And we finished off our run of Super Metroid, like I said, in 2 hours, 11 minutes. Got the good ending. I don't really think that that's what we were really going for, but we just wanted to casually play through it. We weren't worried about collecting all the items. We also did a run of the Xbox 360 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game, the 4-player one, the original arcade game. But since I don't have that, here's Turtles 2 for the NES. We were hoping to get 4 people in on the action, but we only got one other person in, so we did 3-player Ninja Turtles, which was still quite a bit of fun. I had never done that before, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I would have really liked to have had another person, though, but overall it was a really enjoyable game. But sadly, these games aren't available for download on any of the systems, I don't believe, anymore. That really sucks. I did some classic Mega Man with a different guy. I don't really know if I can call him a friend because I'd only just met him, but he wanted to play Mega Man, and he was used to having the Anniversary Collection. We played the NES version of Mega Man 2. And on the Anniversary Collection, it doesn't have selectable difficulties. So he's used to just pressing start a bunch to start the game in Mega Man 2, so he accidentally picked normal. We're just like, screw it, we'll just go through normal. And wow, it was so easy. It's been years since I played through normal difficulty, and it just felt, it almost felt too easy to me. But we went through that pretty quickly, got all that said and done. Which was quite a bit of fun. We decided to also do a run of Mega Man 6, which it had been a long time since I had done Mega Man 6. And that was really enjoyable. I feel like Mega Man 6 is a highly underrated Mega Man game. Everybody seems to want to hate on it, but I don't understand why. I thoroughly enjoy it. I think that they did a good job. We almost didn't get the game here in America. And just imagine if we never did get the game. That would suck. People would just be sitting there, you know, instead of complaining, oh man, Mega Man 6 is so terrible, they'd be saying, oh man, why didn't we get Mega Man 6? And I for one, am really grateful to have it. Anyway, though, I also did a run of Mega Man 6 on my NES here at home. And whenever I got to Mr. X Stage 1, I actually decided to take the top path. I never take the top path here, I almost always take the secret area. It was really fun to take the top path. It had been actually probably years since I've been up through this path, so I didn't remember it at all. This was my first little run through it in all these years. I'm surprised that I did pretty good. I was really proud of this little recording here. I'm sorry, I just really am. But I made it through Mega Man 6 on my own at home. I just wanted to do another run of that. While I was hanging out at my friend's apartment, the same one that I did Mega Man X and Super Metroid with, I was the first one to wake up because I stayed the night there, and I was the first one to wake up, and I didn't want to wake anybody else up, so I stuck in Mario Paint to pass the time. On his Mario Paint, I actually did a pixel drawing of Mega Man Classic, but since it's on his Mario Paint, I really can't show it. But that's kind of a bummer. I'll probably redraw it on mine. It really wasn't all that hard to draw. But I was pretty proud of that picture. I drew it out pixel per pixel. And I made sure to save it on his Mario Paint and everything. But like I said, I'll end up redrawing it here on mine. This was just kind of my imagination going wild here, this kind of a picture. Good thing I didn't make Mario. But outside of Mario Paint, I also did a run of Streets of Rage with another friend. A different friend from the one that I did Mario Kart and Skyward Sword, and a different one from the one that I did Mega Man X and Metroid with. We didn't actually beat Streets of Rage. This was my first time playing this game in probably 2 or 3 years. And he had it for his Genesis setting out, so we decided to play some in it. And he had never beaten Streets of Rage either. We made it all the way to the final boss, then he game overed, and then I game overed shortly after he did. So we weren't actually able to beat it, and we never really tried to go back to it or anything. But it was still quite a bit of fun. May as well say it was a full run since we made it all the way to the last boss. I actually have all 3 of the Streets of Rage games, and I think that they're quite enjoyable. I really like all 3 of them. But the first one that I ever played was this one right here, Streets of Rage 1. I kinda like having a little special that kills all the enemies on screen, but I also like having like special moves that I can do. But these ones are pretty cool too. I would have liked it if they would have like randomized which special it is, whether it's going to be the napalm or the grenades, instead of just giving one to player 1 and one to player 2. That's alright though. The same friend that I did Streets of Rage with, I also did a little bit of Street Fighter 2 Turbo. This is Super Street Fighter 2, the new challengers. I don't own Street Fighter 2 Turbo, but hey, it's Street Fighter. We had quite a bit of fun with Street Fighter. I hadn't played it in quite some time, but we played that for a little while, which was pretty fun. I finished everything that was left to be done in Four Swords on the DS. I got the Hero's Key for the Death Mountain stage. I fought Vaati for the last time, and I completed all 3 Heroes Trials. Just let me say right now, if you have never played the DS version of the Four Swords, oh goodness. Oh goodness. If you have and you've done those Heroes Trials, you know what's going through my mind right now. Dear Lord, man. Those are some of the most difficult things I've ever done in any Zelda. Seriously, they made me rage. I almost felt like I was going to break my DS just raging from it. In particular, it was the Ice, the Talus Cave Heroes Trials. But man, that just was just so frustrating. Room after room after room of being boxed in with really strong enemies. You really have to master the passing the baton trick, since on single player you actually have 2 links. One of them is following you around, and you can use the L button to switch between the 2 of them. You have to leave one of your links behind and then switch back and forth between the 2 of them to try to get a lot of back attacks in on the stronger enemies. At least that was the best strategy that I found. But I did end up finally 100% completing Four Swords, and I was really happy for that. After I did that, I figured that the max amount of rupees or force gems or whatever that you can get in Four Swords was 99,999, and I had like 96,000 and something, so I was going to do another quick level to get me to what I thought was the max rupees. But whenever I chose to do the forest stage again, but whenever I completed that, there was a really neat little Easter egg. The Ocarina of Time / Majora's Mask Great Fairy came out, complete with her little frightening laugh and everything, her little scream and all that. So that was a neat little Easter egg. But I'm really happy to have finally 100% completed Four Swords. On another side of Zelda, I went ahead and started my file on Spirit Tracks now. I completed the Forest and Snow Sanctuaries, and I'm almost to the Ocean Sanctuary. I've just got to make my way there now. I've got the map all set out and everything. I just have to go there. But I've been enjoying Spirit Tracks, and I think that it's a pretty underrated Zelda from what I've seen of it so far. I really don't have any complaints off the top of my head. I've really been enjoying Spirit Tracks, and I don't get the hate for it. We'll see how I like it as the run goes on. Like I said, I'm at the Ocean Sanctuary, or just about to go there anyway. And that will be the 3rd dungeon. Like I said, really enjoyable game. I look forward to more of it. And another thing that I really like about Spirit Tracks is having Zelda as your sidekick. That was really cool. I really like the Tower of Spirits. I think that they improved on that from the Temple of the Ocean King from Phantom Hourglass. I like that they didn't make you climb the same floors over and over. You can just go straight to the new floor, so that's neat. And Zelda can go inside of the Phantoms and fight with you. And I thought that that was really cool. And that's another good point that I really like to Spirit Tracks. I look forward to seeing more in the Tower of Spirits. I've only seen just a few floors so far. But I really like how they improved on that. Instead of making you go through every floor, you can just go straight to whatever the new floor is. So yeah. Coming up as far as YouTube gaming is concerned, videos have been a little bit slow, and I apologize for that, but this week we should be able to finish off Little Nemo the Dream Master. I promise that we will be doing that at least. Then coming up after Little Nemo the Dream Master, of course, will be our Mr. Perfect run of Mega Man 8. Which again, I'm looking forward to starting that. That'll be quite a bit of fun whenever we do get around to starting Mega Man 8 Mr. Perfect. And like I said, I'm sorry for the slow videos. We will get this stuff done now. As far as games that I would like to buy is concerned, I'd kind of like to get my hands on M&M's Adventure for the Wii. I'd like to get that game for like the novelty of it, just because it's kind of a what the heck kind of game, you know? People see that and they're just like, why do you have this? And it's only like $5, so I'm interested in seeing what it's like anyway. But if I find it, you know, for like $5 or whatever, you know, what the heck, I'll go and pick it up, sure. So yeah. But that's pretty much what I've been up to. Quite a bit of casual gaming. I've been out of town quite a bit, hanging out with friends and stuff. But like I said, I apologize again for the slow pace of the videos being posted, and we will get Little Nemo the Dream Master finished this week. So keep your eyes open for that, and then once that's done, Mega Man 8 Mr. Perfect. And well, that is it for today's Friday Gamer Log, and I'll see you guys next Friday. Thank you for watching.